Hello, Sangha. Welcome to the Abbots Address. Today is Thursday, October 6th. A question came in, and I've had this question come up a couple of times in the past, and I've had to address it privately. So I think because of the prompt and because of the actual frequency of the thing, I think we'll just chat about it now. And that's dealing with attraction and craving. Now, as probably we know, the core teaching of Buddhism, any of the different sort of flavors of Buddhism, would say that the root cause of suffering is in fact hatred or obsession or clinging or attachment, addiction, right? So, and then the root of those two is delusion, is self-centered, self-clinging, delusion, ignorance of reality. So the one that gets a lot of talk is the dealing with anger, dealing with frustration, dealing with, things that we find repulsive or wish to flinch away from, this kind of stuff. All of those flinching away from, this is not me type of things, those come under the repulsion / hatred, kind of thing. But the other one is, the leaning into, the wanting, the desiring, the craving, the obsession. And this shows up in lots of different ways. I mean, it shows up with food, it shows up with physical attraction for other people, or etc. I mean, it just, anything that is, I want based. Now, there's a healthy way to be involved with things, and there's an unhealthy way to be involved with things. So there's a very healthy way to say, not really, no, but there's an unhealthy way to do that. But today we're going to talk a little bit about the unhealthy way of taking in, of being desirous. There's a healthy way, and that's, when things are healthy. Things are in balance, things are in right relationship to the precepts and everything like that, and then that's fine. But the question keeps coming up, or has come up a few times anyway, is how do I deal with attraction to people sexually when it's something that I know in my better self is not something I really want to pursue or should pursue or would be appropriate? So how do we deal with this? So the first thing is to be very accepting of the fact that we're mammals, we're biped mammal creatures, and we have sexual reproduction, and this is part of the hard wiring. And so all of us are a blend of yin and yang, so to say. And so in relationship to our particular blend of yin and yang, we will be attracted to other bipedal mammals that are humans, Homo sapiens, that have the corresponding blend of yin and yang to ours. And that's just like you have to have oxygen to live, and you need food to eat, and it's part of the wiring of the system. So the first thing is to not freight or load the fact of noticing that another person is attractive or not with any kind of inherent big trouble. Okay, so it's not the kind of thing that you would never hear me say, or a Zen master that I would respect would say anything like, if you ever have any kind of a sense of being attracted to anyone ever, it's evidence of your lack of realization. I simply don't buy it at all. It's not the case. In fact, it's a good thing that you do. It means that you're alive. Now, how do we, given that, how do we wield it healthfully? Well, a healthful relationship is described in the precepts, where we take a vow to not misuse sexuality. Not misusing sexuality. And that can be done in a lot of different ways. There's a way of using sexuality to gain power, and there's a way of using sexuality to exert power, and both of those is not acceptable. Definitely not. That would definitely be a way of causing harm by misusing sexuality. And it doesn't have to be the most overt physical expression. It can be kind of subtle, the way of flirting or demanding, or this kind of stuff based on one's position or lack thereof. Not acceptable. So that's clear. I don't think anybody who's asked me about this has got any concern or lack of clarity around that stuff. It's really about the sort of day-to-day attraction kind of thing, and how do I navigate. So firstly, we've said the fact that you notice that another person, probably more than a few, or have some attractive qualities to them, is neutral. That is not evidence of any problem or a lack of practice on your part or anything like that. It just means you're alive and healthy enough. Fine. So how do you deal with it? Well, the first thing, by not being surprised, then we don't make an enemy of the fact that we're alive and that our system is functioning. That's fine. And then when you encounter somebody that you find to be attractive, what we don't want to do is try to pretend that we don't notice that. If you encounter someone in the Sangha or the community at large or work or anywhere in life, and then, you find a person attractive, if you try to pretend to yourself that you don't, then this is false. And your deeper self knows that's just a line and it's not true. So, on the other hand, if we sort of like focus in there and just stay there, then it can lead us into things that we, on our deeper self, know we don't want to be involved in. So how do you navigate? It's actually kind of simple. When you see a beautiful sunset or sunrise or sky, or landscape, then automatically we do kind of the right thing, because you know that you're not going to have any way of capturing that sunset and putting it in a little bottle and keep it in your pocket so you can have it. You see a beautiful sunset or beautiful stars at night, and you just go, wow. And you think, how wonderful, and you appreciate it. You are actually enriched by encountering the vista of the landscape, and you can just breathe it in and feel something expansive, something wonderful, something nourishing in this numinous experience of the landscape, let us say. Well, in the same way, you can take a person that you find to be very captivating or very intriguing or whatever, attractive, and you can just relate to it that way. Wow, it's a beautiful expression of humanity. How wonderful. And actually you can breathe in and feel your cells alive. You can feel the force of life within you, and you can celebrate that. And there's a lot of things to be appreciated and enjoyed and savored there, healthfully so, without needing to actually cross a line you don't want to cross. That wouldn't be appropriate, wouldn't be in accordance with the precepts. So, I like people a lot. I love people. I really do. And I've said many times that I a little bit fall in love with pretty much everybody I meet. I think people are great, even when they're not so great. They're kind of great. People are wonderful. And so if I meet somebody that has qualities that I appreciate and admire, I'm able to treat it just like that beautiful vista. Wow, wonderful. And I don't try to capture it and control it. Right? That's a losing deal. How are you going to capture the sunset? No need. Just let it be. It's fine, right? Just appreciate it, enjoy it. Let yourself feel alive. Keep your hands open and not clutching. And just celebrate the beauty of existence. This ebb and flow of yin and yang is the moon goes and the water follows with the tides. It's wonderful. It's not an enemy. And it can quickly turn into something very not good, right? So wield it well, wield it carefully, wield it with a lot of love, and actually quite a bit of humor goes quite a long way into this. And so don't be afraid of your nature. Don't be afraid of the unavoidable fact of yin and yang. But also don't just be unconsciously pulled around by these things. So don't be surprised. Celebrate the beauty in all things that you see. Breathe it in, feel nourished, feel alive. Celebrate the beauty that you see and give it away. Don't clutch and hold on and cling. Don't make it some kind of obsession. If you feel yourself starting kind of obsess about this kind of thing, see it, acknowledge it, let it go, and gently come back to the moment. Smile, breathe in a sunset, go see a vista, and enjoy people. So give the universe to the universe. Give the self to the self. Give the self to the universe. Give the universe to the self. Exchange self and others. All this stuff, it actually means real things in your practice. So this way is helpful. To try to pretend that you don't notice, or to try to make an enemy of your noticing, or to try to clamp down and not, it doesn't work. Expand. Make it lovely, and actually put a lot of humor in there, and do the right thing. Okay. Now, announcements. All right. Big one from oh boy, let me get it here. Mitsuan has been helping organize. I'm going to read you a note she sent to me. Rinsen, please announce during the Abbots address that the clothing drive for the 10th city runs through October 12th. Okay. So we're collecting gently used jeans, sweatshirts, coats, hats, gloves, unused socks, and underwear. If you want to volunteer for 10th City, which runs through October 22nd and 23rd, you can volunteer at their website, which is the number 1 matters. So 1 matter, matters.org. And Mitsuan, thank you for your leadership on this social outreach. Thank you for taking that up. There's a bunch of stuff at the temple getting ready to be delivered. There's still time to bring yours there. Please do. Okay? So, feel the ebb and flow, the push and pull. Wield them wisely. Wield them with compassion, with centeredness, and put some humor in there. Everything will be fine. Send me your questions. I'll keep addressing them. Thank you, everybody.